Hi everyone, good to be back and to continue to share my journey as a leader with you. Starting with my heart, an internal process. The questions I left you with were, are you serving leader or a self-serving leader? What motivates you? Are the sheep there only for the benefit of the shepherd? Questions I had to ask myself, starting with, am I a driven leader, thinking I own everything? That's where I was. This type of leadership instills fear, false evidence appearing real, which I was experiencing big time. Why? I realized I did not fear failure, but losing power and position. Many things, including people, made me fearful. What if I became a called leader, a steward of what has been loaned to me by God? A total change of heart. Fear disappeared as I became a servant leader and realized my position and influence are on loan to the people I serve, and God owns everything I have. Wow, what a relief. I only have to serve. But can one serve without a servant's heart? The word servant just did not resonate with me. Well, possibly and temporary, you can do that, depending how long you can act and pretend. You can try, but believe me, it's not sustainable. Maybe if you have a split personality, changing my heart might sound to you as a quick process. On paper, yes, but this took a lot of time and a mind shift to project my influence toward others in the images of the servant, the steward, and the shepherd. Jesus being the perfect example. I still don't get it right, at least not all the time. Moving to the other internal domain, the head, is even more complicated. What did I believe about leading and motivating people? And I asked myself the question, can I lead and serve? Jesus demonstrated two aspects of servant leadership, namely visionary, thinking about or planning the future with imagination or wisdom, setting the course and the destination, the leadership aspect. The next one, implementation, the process of putting a decision or plan into effect, execution, doing things right, the servant aspect. This was the next challenge. I always saw leadership, leading, and management, serving, as two separate entities. I tell, you do. So what happened to my servantship? I now realize both aspects are equally important. I also had to serve by empowering and supporting others in implementation and not only set course and direction. I'm now breaking my leadership journey into bits and pieces, but actually many of these changes, realizations happen at the same time. While sorting out my head heart, it became very clear that the why and what, the purpose of my business, need to change. I had to redefine my calling, the why. If there is a calling, there must be a caller. Who is the caller? Is it Jesus or self-interest, the enemy? Are doors being opened, but I'm not listening as my business was stagnating? Looking at the vision, my business strategy, I realized that it was a statement with no vision, no dream. By accident, I switched on the radio one day, which was on a station I don't normally tune into. And through this program, God spoke to me and a new vision, my calling, came alive. I had to broaden the footprint of the business and develop our intellectual property to keep tread with modern technology. A complete rewrite of our then vision. A new division was formed, new people were appointed, and this new injection gave people new hope, new training methods, new business ventures, expansion. It keeps me accountable to this day to contain an ongoing and evolving look into the future. Certainly not a once-off or an overnight process. My question to you is, do you know your why? And does your calling, your vision for your business, drive and inspire you to influence? Keeps you focused? provides accountability to act constantly, inspires you to endure hardships, endorses growth, and ensures that your leadership results only in what God wants. He's calling. But take note, most of us are leaders in business and not in the church. So, beware to be most religious and least innovative. A truth which I struggled with when compiling a new vision for the company. Jesus had the following vision for his disciples that had all the elements of a perfect vision. Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age. I was excited about my new why. The next step is the what, the purpose of my business, also known as the mission. Does it support my vision? Again, I found our company's mission written in 3 paragraphs, holding nobody accountable with no specific outcomes. No purpose. I trust that you will find your calling. Listen, God sometimes speaks to us in weird and wonderful ways, and be obedient when He speaks. And remember, God normally calls us along the line of our giftedness. So, unfortunately, we have no excuse not to live our godly calling. Until next time, I greet you in leadership and love. Go and make a difference.